What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. Come on in, guys. Sorry I was late. I was making sure that my internet was working because it kept going in and out. So I want to make sure that you hear me. Of course, y'all know the drill. I have everybody, just drop your city and state in the chat. Let me know that you can hear the sound of my voice and that things are okay. I see the mods are here. What is up, Cookie from the Shy, Nola, darling? Welcome, welcome. Anyone that you see with a purple wrench behind their names are here to make sure that you guys are having a good time in the chat. So, just be respectful to everyone. Please don't delete anybody or put anyone in time out because I know everyone's going to be respectful. Let's see, what is up, Bahamas, Indianapolis, Southern Maryland? What is up, Canada, New York City, Decatur, Georgia? Ooh, these are coming up quick. Georgia again, Nashville. Hey, everybody, Illinois, California, Stone Mountain, Georgia, Nashville, Orlando, Florida, Cincinnati. Okay, y'all can hear me, of course. What is up, everybody? Thank y'all. Okay, y'all, we're going to get it started because it's already late. 200 of you, 203 of you are watching. 113 of you have hit the like button. So please, everybody hit the like. I see that Alabama's in the house. What's up, Alabama? Okay, so we're going to get it started, y'all. I had to get all my pictures up and things. This is an open panel, which means I'm going to let you guys do the talking. And then when I do my sister review with my real sister, we have the same mama, same daddy, then we will give our opinions. But I want to get your opinions while things are fresh. Look, I got to redo my twist. Everything looks a little tight. Making sure you guys can see me. What is up? This is my Angela Davis shirt. Okay. I'm in love with Angela Davis right now. I've been reading a lot. So come on in, come on in. We are going to talk about it. Oops, hold on. I forgot my notes. I do want to give you guys a little bit of information to set up the scenes, but we're going to get your opinion on everything. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm going to get your opinion while things are still fresh, and then we'll drop the sister review tomorrow, okay? Let's see if you guys had an opportunity, thank you. If you guys had an opportunity to see the episode, this is episode 23, and it was actually called Holt, H-O-L-T, Martell's last name, Holt Her Accountable. Okay, he had the closeout scene, so it will open with him next week, or at least with the drama that he started next week. So we'll get to see that. But if you guys watch the show, y'all know what to do here too. Let me see, put a 1 in the chat if you watched the show, put a 3 in the chat if you didn't watch the show, okay? That's what I want to do first, just to make sure that, I'm bringing people up who is actually talking about what they saw. And then the other thing I want to ask, just to make sure, okay, ones, wow, that just popped up fast. Okay, everybody's saying 1, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link in just a second, but I liked the episode tonight. I did. I thought it was really cohesive. There was a couple of scenes that were my favorite. Y'all know that Miss Vanessa came back on the show. We got a chance to see her visit Mel, and I'll have you guys talk about that. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself for now. So there's a few 3s, but right now it looks like the ones have it. The ones have it. More of you watched it than not. Okay. But I did think it was a good episode. Yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna just pull up these photos so that you guys know which scenes we're talking about. I believe there were 6 scenes, okay? The first one was Kiki. So it's picking up where it left off with Kiki. Why don't I see Kiki up here? Here we go. Here we go. So it picked up where it left off with Kiki. And basically in this scene, Kiki is vindicated. Last week it closed with Melody giving Kiki an over-the-counter test, and she asked her to go to the bathroom at the storage shed and take the test. Okay. So she, did a little urine test. This earlier today, sometime this afternoon, Marceau had did this video. He posted a picture saying something like, well, fair is fair. If she took a test, and maybe I should also take a test. He said he's going to take a lie detector test and do it live. And then he ended up putting 2 fingers against his own pulse, talking about he's the most qualified to give himself a lie detector test. If you guys missed that, y'all can check it out on my Facebook group. It is called DYANAROZAY Real Talk. But that's the first test. Okay, so hopefully you saw it. Kiki was vindicated, okay? And it was a pretty powerful scene. Again, y'all can let me know what y'all think about it. I'll talk about it tomorrow in my sister review when it drops. Okay, the next scene was Tisha and Martell, y'all. Let's put them up here. Tisha and Martell. Tisha and Martell films, and they film in the bedroom quite a bit, okay? But Tisha's packing for a trip. They end up rehashing the barbecue. In this scene, Tisha's basically like, listen, I'm never, ever, 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 ever talking to Kiki again. I am done. I am done, okay? Martell is like, he kind of changes his tune a little bit from what he did at the picnic table. While Tisha's saying she's done, he actually like sucks his teeth like, Tisha, you're not done. Like he does something like that. And then he basically says, I hear what you're saying, but I actually feel bad that she's back in this place. That's how he put it. And then he also says, did you see that me and Stormy made up? And I was like, but y'all really didn't make up. She just agreed not to call you a bitch again. She didn't apologize to you. He tried to make it seem like there was an apology there, and now they've come to some a mano agreement, but that's not what happened. Anyway, then he mentions that Stormy has a very young son, and when he, talked about Kiki possibly being, still on drugs, he had triggered emotion out of Stormy, which made him feel bad because it flooded back these memories of him and Kiki, basically. Like it just reminded me of me and Kiki and how, tight and whatever they used to be. So that was interesting. In the meantime, he's leaving Tisha out there like a flag waving all by herself because he didn't change his entire tune. And then to slap her in the face even harder, he says, this is what I learned. I learned that I need to take accountability, that my words hurt kind of thing. And then Tisha says something. He goes, well, Tisha, you're not taking accountability. For instance, what about what happened at the after meeting for the Black Expo where Melody was giving you some really good advice and you didn't take it. You kind of came back at her hard. And I was like, this is hilarious. Martell. Tisha was pissed. Okay. She tried to laugh it off in the end, but baby, when I tell you, she was like, cut the scene. I don't want to be here. It was funny to me. Anywho, let's go to the next scene, y'all. Next up, we have Vanessa, I believe. Where's Miss Vanessa and Melody? Here we go, Vanessa. Okay, so the next scene was Melody and her mother. Correct? Yes. So we haven't seen Miss Vanessa on screen in a minute, but she showed up because, Melody invited her. I think Vanessa does not live in Huntsville. I don't know how far away she lives, but I know she's not close. But anyway, she came over to visit her daughter. Melody is talking about the party she's having. She has a party planner there. She's given her mother the details on that. And then she says, I got the letter back regarding my name change. I haven't even opened it yet. She opens it. And then, it's a pretty nice scene. It was good to see it. Her mom was kind of emotional about it. Melody and her, give a little warm hug at the end. They also did a flashback of the Holt and Holt scene. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they were talking about having Martell and her were talking about being in business. And, she took pride in that name when she was married. Okay, we can say that. And now that she's not, she wants to take pride in her own person. And that is what that scene was all about for me. I actually said I wasn't going to do that. So my bad. She wanted to take pride in reclaiming her birth, the name she was given at birth. Okay. So anywho, that was a good scene. What else is the next scene, y'all? Oh, I think that's when they went to exercise class. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Stormy and Kiki. Stormy and Kiki are the next scene. Here we go. Stormy. Stormy visits Kiki at her new house, right? She had, moved and all that good stuff because she has a son who is really gifted, she said. Very gifted son in football, I believe. And so they are putting him in a school district where, they can get some recruiters' eyes on him and get him a really good shot in the NFL. That is what they are hoping for. So she said everybody in the state knows who her son is. Then they also rehashed the picnic where, Kiki lets her know we talked about you a little bit after, or excuse me, Stormy lets her know we talked about you a little bit after you left, and what was really going on. And Kiki admits again that, well, first off, she said she knows she was being played by Marceau and Tisha, that they had planned that entire thing to not talk to her and to trigger her and cause her to act out. But she also said, I am in anger management, I know I have a problem, and she said, I'm clean, I don't give a damn what they say. And that she wishes she didn't love Tisha so much, because she, it would be easier for her to walk away. But right now she's heartbroken. She's really torn. All of the stuff that if you were listening to my sister reviews, you would have heard us say exactly this. They literally gave us, they confirmed everything that we had said in our sister review. So again, watch for those reviews. Those are the official review. But then she goes on to say that, they talked a little bit about Tiffany. Let me say that. Melody is a little bit of a bone carrier this season, season 6b. She's a bone carrier. She let Kiki know in that very beginning scene. Tiffany said, you might have been doing something strange, okay, something illegal to get your son in the school district that he's in. She suggested that you didn't move. Oops, sorry about that, y'all. That was on play. Let me do a rewind. 1 second. She said, she suggested that you didn't move. And Kiki said, why in the hell is that broad keeping my name in her mouth? I am tired of her. She was pretty fed up. She basically says the same thing to Stormy here, that she is tired of Tiffany putting her name in her mouth. She also tells Stormy that she was bad-mouthing your products too, child, saying that the ingredients are unsafe and a whole bunch of other stuff. And Stormy was like, I'm gonna let that shit just pass. Okay, I'll wait till I see her face to face, because this ain't cool, right? And then if I missed something, y'all let me know. And then we have the exercise scene. So y'all remember Melody's exercise instructor, Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah shows up in this scene for the ladies. Let me see. She shows up in this scene for the ladies to to get their little bodies moving, a little bit. And so everybody shows up. Everybody's, cute. Tisha and Kimmy are very much Tisha and Kimmy. Melody is the only person who looks like she showed up for exercise. Tisha and Kimmy showed up pretty glam. And when Miss Deborah gave Kimmy a t-shirt, like, yeah, you cover up, I howled. Kimmy literally was fit to be tied. She does not like to cover up at all. And there's nothing wrong with it, because I think that Kimmy is very pretty. I think she has a nice body, but you could tell she was like, why I gotta cover up? What is this about? Give it to Tisha. And she was probably sizing Tisha up like, I don't even know if this is gonna fit. But anyway, I should be making those jokes. That's not really funny. I just thought it was crazy that she only handed out 2 t-shirts. And she gave one to Kimmy. Kimmy don't like she don't like to cover up, but she did tie her little shirt in a knot so that everybody could see it. But anyway, if y'all saw this scene, you would have known that when Melody was, letting Tisha know, asking her the questions, the tough questions, what happened? What preceded all of that activity at the barbecue? Tisha said, I'm done. I'm done. She did a little dance like that. And she was like, nope, I'm going to the beach. No, I'm done with this conversation. She basically just wanted to make everybody think that Kiki walked into the party and started throwing bows, basically. Okay. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing preceded this. And she also knows that Melody knows what's been going on. Of course, Kimmy knows what's been going on, right? But they're trying to Tisha knows what this scene is about. When she shows up in the scene, gets out the car, and Melody's like, I don't know what Tisha's problem is. This is what I mean by when you can tell someone's a seasoned in reality TV, because you are told to use everything. So when Mel comes up and she's trying to be nice to Tisha and Tisha's not responding, she's like, I don't know what's wrong with Tisha. I don't know what's wrong with her. You know what's wrong with her. She knows what this scene is about. She doesn't want to talk about it, but your job is to either get her to talk about it or act like the bitch is crazy. Okay, we can do one or the other, but Tisha, it's her job to figure it out. Kimmy, same deal. She comes right up. Tisha gives her bad energy. She's like, what is this about? Are you sure you're okay? And Mel was like, she did the same thing to me, child. Like, both of them are letting her know, girl, you're already starting off wrong road. But when they, get to the meat and potatoes of it and they ask Tisha what's up, Tisha doesn't want to talk. And then when Mel and Kimmy are left to chit chat about it, Kimmy doesn't tell either. And we all know at this point that Kimmy's makeup artist was involved and also got fired. So anyway, interesting scene. Loved it. I can't wait to get y'all opinion on it. And then we got the last scene, which is Martell, you guys. Martell and Nell. I can't wait till next week. Baby, Nell was sitting at that doggone dinner table with her husband and children, and she let the choppers fly, okay? She screamed on them kids like nobody's business. They better leave their mama alone. Anyway, she has a conversation with Martell about going to Melody Cherie's name-changing party, which Martell already knows. But he said, I want to know everybody's name who calls themselves my friend who's going to go over to this party. He said, the party is a slap in the face. This is something that Melody is doing against me. And he's actually hurt by it. Like, he stops talking. Y'all know when Martell's about to cry or when he's pretending he's about to cry, he just stops talking. And Nell was like, oh, trying to help him out a little bit. But then at the end of it, Martell was just lost his damn mind talking about, listen, Mel cheated on me with multiple people, and I have proof. Lord have mercy. Where are you going with this? Okay. But he tells her he has proof. Nell says, I don't believe the shit. I ain't never heard it till today. And we were considered, y'all, counseling partners. Like, Nell and her husband were counseling partners to Melody and Martell. So it's interesting that was never spoken of until right now on the steps. And Martell got so heated that he jumped up and got in his truck and drove off. But that's basically it, you guys. So I am going to drop the link, have y'all come up, depending on how many people want to speak, and, based on how many I have back here, I will have to put you on a timer to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to speak, because I don't want to, I don't want to have people drop off. I know a lot of people be trying to get in. Okay. So that's what we'll do. If I have a lot of people showing in the back that want to speak, I'll put us on a timer. Okay. But outside of that, you are free to come up. I still would like for you to keep it around, I would say 3.5 minutes or less, just to make sure everybody has an opportunity. And I'll let you know if we have any time changes or, that type of thing. But outside of that, you guys are welcome to come up and give your opinions. And I have these pictures here to make sure that you guys can talk about this freely. Okay. All right. So let me get the join link for you. All righty. Okay, guys. I know y'all have a lot to say. V. Okay, join link is coming up. Somebody put Martell is a whole clown on this show. Everyone be respectful. Yes, thank you, Cookie. Let's be respectful to everyone in the chat and so on and so forth. So it's being pinned at the top. So hopefully the link works and we can get it crack-a-lacking up here. Yep, the link definitely works. I see you coming in. So I'm bringing you up now. Hey, Simone. Hey, Ty.
Oh, hi.
Hi, guys. Okay, listen, just you two for now. We'll see if anybody else comes up, but I'll start with Simone. What is up? How are you?
Hello, chat. I This week has been crazy with this whole Martell thing, but oh, he is so disrespectful. I mean, I can't even say. Just forgive me in advance, but those paws need to be laid on him between him and Marceau. How are you going to go to this woman's house? And I don't care what she was saying, start yelling at her home. That was so crazy. And he's telling on himself yet again about the P. I have evidence. We know what you're talking about. That manufactured quote unquote evidence you have
You
is
know what's
is
funny,
is
Simone? Is that they probably taped that scene before the whole shit blew up, right?
right, right.
Which is why it's so great. That's why I was like, oh my God, this is happening. Anyway, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No. I agree. I think it probably did. It probably happened probably shortly after, within the weeks to come, because I think this was what, like April, May, they were
Mhm,
filming or whatnot, or
mhm.
June. No, June, because I remember it being online. But I woke up with violence. I want to put hands on him, or I want someone who could really do something, because he does not get it. And I know it's wrong. Please forgive me. And I don't advise anyone to do or think like I do, but he needs to get got. He needs some paws put on him. He needs his behind kicked. I mean, he is so disrespectful on so many levels, not only from what's going on this week, but that looking at that scene was painful, because I don't know any real man. He is a male. He is a male simply because of what he has in between his legs. I don't know real mature men who would react that way and disrespect this woman in that way at her home. At her home. That
Okay,
is
I need
so
everyone.
crazy to me. And
I
she
need
wasn't
everybody to
saying,
mute.
I'm
I need
sorry.
everyone to mute their mic. Everybody to mute their mics except for Simone.
I mean,
Okay.
it was crazy. And I'm not gonna, I haven't even, I should have set a timer, but that was to me, that's what triggers me with this show, because I've never seen so many immature, misogynistic black men on one show. It is so triggering. And I mean, I just, just looking at in my life and some of the, we all seen stuff like this, but to concentrate on those type of men on one cast, it is sickening. It is disgusting.
That's who Melody was married to. And I think it's okay. That is who she was married to. And he's not different. He didn't change. This is the fun part. This is the thing about it. We love Melody, but Martell didn't change. He just
Hmm.
is this person to her at the moment. That's it. This is important because oftentimes, and then when they did that flashback scene, I was like, man, we really liked Martell when he was married to Melody, when they were, trying to patch things up. I don't think people saw him the way they see him now. It is interesting how things can change. And there's a lesson in this. There's a lesson in this when we see this kind of stuff, because oftentimes we will look at someone and think they're absolutely perfect. And then if we didn't see this man on TV doing what he's doing, how much you want to bet everybody will be blaming the shit on Melody? How
Right.
much you want to bet?
Well, and that's his representative. What
Melody's
we
fault.
saw.
But I'm just saying, listen,
Mhm.
it would be Melody's fault because people would be more amped to believe, just like, and we've heard people do this, that she is the person who's doing something to him, triggering him, doing something. And that has happened with a lot of women. And you know who are the main perpetrators against that group of women, or someone who is the victim? It is other women. Other
True.
women will coming after Melody. So I think that this is very interesting. I think it's interesting that we get to see this. Okay.
Yeah.
Back in if you can. Okay, sorry about that, Simone.
No, 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 that's it. No, no, I agree. I agree. I'm just glad that everything's kind of come full circle so that we can see the truth, because anyone who has any ounce of common sense can see through his behind right now. And
Mhm,
especially knowing all of the information. I mean, obviously, some people may not be into YouTube as much. They may just totally look at the show. But even if they're totally just looking at the show, you can see through his BS right now. I'm glad
mhm,
that they're finally allowing that through. And I just wish, they had better production, that we could see a lot more of Melody. Because, honestly, looking at some of these scenes, I could care less. I could care less about any of that. The hatefulness that Latifah was acting like when she pulled up to the gym. I mean, that was just. I mean, you can't even act. You are getting paid. You can't even kind of act and do a little fake side church hug, or just even act like want to get through this. Like you kill more bees with honey than vinegar. She was just so nasty, and she could even act. The part.
mhm.
That was just pathetic to me. But everything is just, that last scene just that just did it for me. That just, I was done. It took me out. That he just need to be bopped upside his dang on head for real. But
Oh,
anyway, that's enough. But thank you for letting me up.
I appreciate you so much. You can say it for a second if you'd like. Hey,
Okay.
I'm going to go back to Ty because she had an audio issue. So she was next up. So go ahead, Miss Girl. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Talk again. Your mic might be so bad.
Okay, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna come back up because I'm using a different app.
Oh, okay. Come back in. You do sound bad. Okay.
All
Bye
right.
bye. Okay. Then we're going to go to the next person, which is Gail. Okay, Miss Gail. Is there a particular scene you'd like to talk about first? First, I forgot to ask. I forgot to ask Simone, but I'll ask you, Gail. What do you rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10?
Ooh, today, I think I'm gonna give them like maybe a 6 because it was kind of. I'm gonna say a 6.
Okay. Okay, 6. Okay, which scene
So,
did you want to discuss?
so the first scene that I wanted to discuss is when Tisha and Marcel was in the bed and he was telling Tisha that she didn't take any accountability. And she said, I do take accountability. And I knew exactly what he was getting ready to say, that she didn't take accountability. I knew he was going to say Mel. And
Mm-hmm.
the situation, I knew he was going to bring up Mel. And she said that I did. Some parts of what she said, she
Mm-hmm.
did say it. He said she didn't say it, but she did say exactly what she said. But I knew he was going to talk about that. And then I'm okay. So that scene, I was kind of like, okay, so he did see that she had a problem with Mel. Like we saw, she had a problem. She didn't have a problem with anybody else, but she had a direct problem with Mel. So he saw that as well. And then when they came to the gym to work out and she was sitting there, they're still pushing that Kiki is on drugs because she's saying that my family is telling me that she's borrowing money and she's this and she that. When Tisha said that, I don't know about anybody else, but to me, I felt like that was just a lie. I felt like that. I looked right at her and I said, she's lying. I didn't say that because of the drug test. I just felt wholeheartedly like that was a lie.
Uh-huh.
On for that. The last scene with Nell and Martell. Um, I have to agree with the last person who was talking. Somebody need he. I have no words. I have words, but I don't know if they will make any sense. Martell needs psychological help because he said himself, she said, well, Martell, that's what women do. They have divorce parties and stuff like that. And he said, well, we've been divorced for 2 years, 2 years, whatever he said. What if I'm not mistaken, y'all, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but haven't him and Coleslaw been together for about 10 years now? So if they've been divorced 2 years, so that's 8 years that you were messing with somebody else and you're angry because she doesn't want to be attached to your name. And I thought, this end is crazy. Like, bro, do you hear what you're saying? Do you even watch this show back to see where you're saying, I'm stupid. I shouldn't have even said that. I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? And then he said, she cheated first. She started all of this. Well, if she cheated, why are you so angry that she no longer wants your name? Why are you so angry that she doesn't want to speak to you? If she was the one who really cheated first, as you said, then why are you so angry? But then I thought about something else. I said the reunion has to be based on the first part of this show, because the reunion has already happened. And then I don't think they discussed all of this because they're looking at it now. They're going back and look all of this. But to me, I wish that I could just ask Melanie, if it, no, let me just say this. If it was me, I would say, if I cheated, with who, when, what's the name, where, how did you catch us? Why do you say? I would make him bullet point every time he said that I cheated on him. I'm so sick of him saying that Melanie cheated on him. Tell us when, who she did it with, when did you catch her? Why you running around with making videos with that other person? Tell us what we don't know. Like Mel said herself, I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard this. I can't ask anybody anything that I don't know.
And
And she's
Melody,
just,
and Melody did ask him that question. She has asked him that question out loud. And you're right. Nell to be like, listen, this never happened. It's actually brilliant that it's coming out the way it is on television. It really is. We have not heard the conversation. All of that stuff played out online. And unfortunately, we often conflate like the show part and the what's going on online, but the stuff, the revenge all that stuff never happened on the show. So if this is something that's about to come out on the show, that is a big deal. That is a big
yeah.
deal. People get,
I didn't
caught
I
up
didn't
in
think
a
about that
people get caught up
until,
and arrested on for stuff they do on television all the time. So if people keep asking for this, you guys, we could finally see something. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm
yeah.
like rooting for anybody's downfall, but it's just
I'm
crazy
rooting for his.
I
that we
am. I'm rooting for a
I'm rooting for
downfall.
his.
I'm rooting too.
I'm rooting
Yes.
for his.
I believe things happen the way they're supposed to happen. So I'm okay with sitting back and letting it happen that way, because when people push for something, something gets messed up. But if this is the way it happens, if this is how it comes out, I am all for it. I just think I think it's amazing that he was unaware that them words could catch his ass up. And that's what I'm looking for. For him
Yeah,
to say,
that's true
I
too.
have proof. Okay, sir, let's get to it. For this to have played all the way out, and then for everything to have fallen into place, like Carson making the eyes, this was the question. Like he had no idea, you know what I'm saying, that all that was going to play out the way
Oh, I forgot about Carson. Yeah, he didn't
how
have.
it came out.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, I forgot about Carson. Yeah, all of this. Yeah, I forgot about all of that. I guess we just have to sit tight and watch
right.
the next couple of shows, the next couple of shows, because when he said that, he said that she cheated first. When the last caller just said, the last person just talking to, when she brought it up, I thought, oh yeah, maybe, because he said she cheated first. Did you ask her? And he's adamant about it. You know, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let the other person talk.
Okay,
Martell is, y'all, that's a dangerous, dangerous man. He's
okay.
very dangerous. The stuff that he says, the stuff that he
Martell
believes in
is,
his mind,
y'all, that's a
he's,
dangerous, dangerous man. He's
Okay.
but
very
I'm gonna let the
dangerous.
next person talk.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. And so the next person up is it Glamrocks? Hi, Glamrock.
Hi, can you
Okay,
hear me
hold on.
well?
I can hear you okay. I don't know if you can get maybe
Glamrock?
two people to drop down, if Simone and Gail can drop down, because I have some other people trying to come in.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. I appreciate y'all. Come back. Okay. All right, Glamrocks. Everybody else, make sure that you are muted so that we can hear Glamrocks clearly. How are you, honey?
I'm well. Hi
Okay,
panel. Thank you, Diana, for having me up here. Let me go ahead and rate the show. It's a 5.
it's a 5. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna always rate this show a 5 because the whole premise of the show has changed. So I don't care what happens, it will always be a 5.
why do you watch the show? Let me ask for people who are just hate the show. Why do you watch? Because it
I
is
watched the
one
show
show I
because
understand, but
of
it also,
Mel.
it hurts. It would hurt to watch the show at some point.
No, it doesn't hurt. It just I feel I the reason why I started watching the show is because of the couples, of the real estate, the family, dynamic that they had. The show has now changed into gossip and drama. And it's really because of a lot of stuff that's happening on the internet per se that they're doing when they're not on the camera. So I do feel like the premise of the show has changed.
Okay.
So I mean, I watch it because of Mel, but
You start paying attention to the gossip and drama on the internet. Just curious.
it's like when you log on to the internet, it's like I follow about 3 CCs, right? By the time I log on to the to YouTube, that's all I see.
Okay. Well, I want to say the gossip, the stuff on the internet has always been there. It actually started with Melody and Martell. You know who was pouring out her guts that was season 1. And by season 1B, they had her do a phone call. So she's always been around, and the garbage was always coming out. It's just that people were choosing to tune in or choosing not to. It seems like more people are choosing to tune in, but everything that we see now on the internet was always a part of the show. It was always a part of the show. We just didn't
Yeah,
pay
it
attention to
was, but it's out of hand now. To me, the whole premise of the show has changed. We really don't even really, other than Mel, we really
Mhm.
don't even hear anything really about business and collectively working anymore. It's more gossip. But let me tell you, what I wanted to say is basically, um, Martell is. I like to read. I study human behavior. Martell is literally having a breakdown in front of us, and it's very entertaining to me, right? But the way he speaks, his behaviors, Martell is about to hit rock bottom, and we're all going to see it. The way he's going on with Ariane and the way he's acting out is because a lot of our black men within our community does not like to be held accountable. And even though Mel was trying to make her marriage work like I was, after you give so many chances, you get to the point like this is not healthy for me and this is not healthy for my children. I have to get out of this. And because Mel held him accountable by leaving him because he did not change his behavior, he is getting worse. Like everything that he's doing on the internet right now with Ariane is not because he cares or love Ariane. She's a puppet, but he is going to have a real breakdown and he's going to hit rock bottom. I also see a lot of people saying Mel should do this. Mel should get a restraining order. I went through the same situation Mel went through. Mel cannot get a restraining order because of the antics that he's doing with Ariane. Black women are being unalived every day and they have stalkers. Unless he physically harms the children or physically harm her, I pray to God that never happens. She cannot get a restraining order. She has to go through the courts. And I believe the things that are coming, we don't know why they're about to go to court again, but I believe it's because Mel want to show her kids and want to restrict, people being around her children. So I know we want Mel to succeed and want Mel to protect the kids, but I went through the same thing Mel's going through for 7 years in and out of court, trying to keep these kids safe from a husband like Martell, an ex-husband like Martell, and his current wife who's going through the same thing I went through. I feel sorry for Ariane, but if you want him so bad, sis, go ahead. It's your turn. So we just need to keep Mel and the children prayed up, and everything will happen, like you said, Diana, the way it is supposed to happen. And
Yeah.
basically, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, I appreciate you saying that. I want to say this because sometimes when we speak over people and say that we're sure that certain things are going to happen, I just want to say that, and I've said this before, I'll continue to say it.
Mhm.
Melody's really smart. They all have an opportunity to deny a contract to continue to do this show. There's the show that we see is 40 minutes an episode, 20 minutes of commercials. And also they don't do this show like Monday through Sunday. It's, they film a handful of times in a quarter to give us, the season. So they all can go back to their spaces if they have security there, like Mel was talking about earlier. She has security. So I just want to make sure that sometimes we paint a really grim picture and it can feel uncomfortable. And then when I ask you guys, I just want to make sure that you're okay with what you're watching, because I always feel like we're about to watch a crime scene.
Well, Diane, I was denied a restraining order because my husband was a type of person, if you met him, you would say something is wrong with me. He is so nice. He is so courteous. He is so friendly.
A conversation like that with Simone. Listen, when we saw Martell first season, if we didn't see some of the other stuff, we definitely would have said Melody's a problem.
So I had
sorry,
not to cut.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I had an amazing divorce attorney who was a woman. She had me record what was going on in the home, even though it was not admissible in court, but she wanted to know how to approach the divorce proceeding and protecting the kids. And by me secretly recording and allowing her to hear in her office literally what was going on in the house, that actually had her get therapy for me and the kids. And also I had an advocate of the court to help me navigate custody, monitoring, and also making him and his current wife go through parenting classes before he was even granted seeing the kids. So I know we see 40 minutes. I'm a makeup artist for a lot of things that happen, production that happened in Atlanta. So I know what you're saying about we see 40 minutes, and I know how, shows are filmed because I'm a makeup artist in the background. Not like the messy ones going on right now, but let me tell you, sometimes as women, we have to the courts are there to help us, but sometimes we have to have someone in our corner. And I'm so happy that Mel has someone. So Diana, that is Mel life that's playing out kind of relates to my life. And that's why I will always watch the show, but I always rated a 5 only because I feel like the premise of the show has changed. That's all.
Okay. I appreciate your opinion. I wanted to respond to Happy Mommy. She said, no, Diana, not true, Diana, because every content creator did not cover coleslaw in the beginning. Now she's everywhere. The major ones did. Tasha K, who was it? Funky Dineva. So there were like big time, bloggers who were doing it. Now it just, COVID hit and everybody is doing blogging, and it's just an easy way to get people to, watch their channel, and they wouldn't do it if people didn't watch. So I just wanted to bring that up. So you guys, this show has always had a social media presence from the very, very beginning. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me go to, we did Glam Rocks. I think Courtney is next. Hi, Courtney.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And thank you for having me up. Hello, everyone. I wanted to rate this. So I actually enjoyed this episode. I know it wasn't high drama, but I kind of want to give it like an 8. It was like an 8 for me. We got to see Miss Van return. That almost pushed it to a 10 for me. Okay. I thought and I do not like the cast. I just really like Mel. But we got to see scenes with everyone. I thought that was great. I thought all the scenes made sense.
Very cohesive.
It was cohesive. I enjoyed the conversations they had in each scene. I just liked the episode. And I didn't leave feeling heavy. I didn't leave feeling triggered afterwards. and I was entertained personally.
Okay.
I think the first scene go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Nope, I was about to ask you which scene, child.
Okay, so the first scene I wanted to talk about was I like the fact that Marceau held Tisha accountable for her energy towards Mel. The last time I was on your panel, I said the same thing. I feel like Mel is genuine in her approach with Kimmy and Tisha, but to me, you can feel the energy that is like, I'm tolerating you, but I'm not even trying to really, give this a real fresh start. I think, they I think it just shows, and it was good to see him call her out on that. And even though I can't stand Marceau, I thought he did a great job in calling her out and talking about that. Then it goes to the
Courtney, I'm not gonna let you off the hook like that. I'm not gonna let you move like that. First, what do you think about Marceau flipping the script and making it seem like, oh, I feel bad Kiki is in this place, and because I saw Stormy, I realized how triggering it was, and it brought me back to that place. What you think about that?
I think Marceau is full of it on that now. I think he is full of it. Like I don't buy that for some. Marceau does a lot of manipulation, even with his wife. He's going to manipulate it to make himself seem as if he's the one that's, trying, or he's the stand-up person. I just feel like he's manipulating Tisha in this scene. Like, Marceau, please. No. I wasn't falling for it. I feel like Marceau, and then, when the camera's cut, he's back to telling Tisha this, like they said in the scene. I feel like somebody said, like, they feel like he sets it up. I feel like once the camera's cut, he's back to setting it up, how they gonna, act in this scene or when they're around these people. Marceau, please. The next scene, like when Tisha and when they went to the gym, I feel like Tisha showed, when she came with the energy, like, with the attitude, letting them know how she felt. She coming in with the attitude already. I felt like my thing was, it almost felt like she wanted to give them an ultimatum. She didn't get to, but I felt like that was her angle. Like she wanted to say, because when she sat down, she was like, and if you're going to be around people that I don't want to be around, then like, it's like, well, if y'all want to hang with Kiki, then y'all can't hang with me. And which I understand if you don't want to be in her presence, but it kind of made me feel like she's trying to make it seem like that shouldn't be someone that they hang around. And that's not fair. Like that's not fair, because you hang with Nell. So, I just felt like that's where she was going until Mel started the questioning, and she kind of just ran away from the questioning. I didn't like that, because anytime Mel speaks again, she goes with that energy. Like, okay, Mel talking, so I'm just being dismissive of her. I didn't like that from Tisha. But it proves my point from the last time I was on your panel that I just feel like Tisha's energy is not genuine. Okay. And the last scene I want to talk about. Go ahead.
I'm just asking. So you feel like Tisha's energy at this point, because she knew what she was walking into with that scene, right? You agree? She knew that the setup scene, saying, what was the backstory? We want to know what the backstory is for this. And since you knew it, since you and Kiki had this conversation, are you going to share it? And she didn't. Clearly she didn't. She wasn't going to say it. Her and Marceau didn't have the conversation in the bedroom. Marceau hit her with, you're not taking accountability. Now, she didn't even hit him back and say, you're not taking responsibility.
Right.
You're not taking responsibility for the fact that my cousin threw water in my face because of you, right?
Right.
It didn't happen. But her sitting there and then getting angry at Melody, not at Kimmy, because Kimmy tried to say, well, yeah, the real reason it's clear that she's upset, but it's not because of, we're not going to have the conversation. Why? Didn't you just find that entire scene like hilarious?
Yes, and then that goes to show, and I said that last time I was on the panel, how the Scotts have this pact, and it kind of gives it an unfair advantage. Like Kimmy, she's here. She knows what's going on. You want to sit here. You started from how they set up the scene. She started the conversation, but because Mel interjected to give Kiki's perspective and Kiki's point of view, now all of a sudden the conversation is dead and Mel, no means no type of deal. But you started the conversation. It's just you couldn't persuade. It's like you lost control of the narrative. So just Tisha has no accountability, and Kimmy's going to always kind of cover for her, and that's just how I feel about that.
Most importantly, when Melody was in the hot seat,
we
did the same to her. They had to go in where they asked her questions, and sometimes Melody answered, and sometimes she didn't. It just depended on what was going on. But it was something she had to work through, because when everybody kept saying, Mel just doesn't talk to us. Mel doesn't talk. And then when you see her, she's smiling and happy. We don't know what's going on. What's going on is she knows how to keep her business to herself.
Right.
But that was one of the things that they used to beat Melody up for, is that she never would talk to them about what was going on between her and Martell. And she didn't have the words for them. But Tisha's doing it different. She's coming at people angry. So anywho, I'm sorry.
No, that's great perspective. And then the last scene with Nell and Martell. I did enjoy the scene with Kiki and Stormy. I just enjoyed. We got to see everybody but Maurice this episode, and I just enjoyed. Like I said, I don't like anybody but Mel for real. Well, I like Kiki, and Nell, but it just was good to see everybody moving their scenes, and it wasn't drama filled, but we got to see everybody and it was cohesive, as you said. So the last scene with Nell and Martell, Martell is delusional. Like, I don't know, I don't have a psychology degree or anything, but Martell is very delusional. The fact that he is sitting there as if he's surprised or offended, like he doesn't understand the divorce has been final for 3 years. Like, I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out who's around him. Like, where is this block coming from? I just thought Martell is delusional. Martell does not understand that he created a whole life that you can, a whole human being that, outside your marriage.
You're right. I said the same thing. They had this whole entire scene and they never once mentioned the damn baby.
Right. That's what I was waiting on her to say. Like, God, please say you have a child.
I
know. You have a whole child. Like, you have Mel's baby was not even one. I mean, you have a whole child. Like, I don't understand why he does not understand. And then he's sitting in his confessional like he's done absolutely nothing. Like, he was a great upstanding husband, and he doesn't like, Martell is delusional. And then it starts to make you understand how he's in the current situation he's in, because he's both him and his current partner, or child's mother, both of them are in a state of delusion.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It clearly makes sense, because they don't have they have a false sense of reality. And it's just kind of watching this on TV. It's like, wow, mental illness is real, and it shows up in different forms. It's real, and it's just like they have to seriously. I want to do this production. Look at Martell. Like, we really need to get him some help. He's detached from reality. You're divorced, so her changing her name, free, like you're not her father. You didn't create her. She's always been someone. She will continue to be someone. And like she said, she's building her legacy now in her maiden name. And, she's dropping a whole, like, who are you that you think you are like a god or something? Martell is delusional. And that just shows how detached from reality he is. So I love this episode. Again, I thought the episode, like I said, I didn't leave feeling heavy, but I enjoyed it.
I'm happy you said that. I'm happy that someone was able to feel a little good about it. Okay, listen, I know I have Ty and LaDon. If y'all are okay, I'm gonna close out with the two of you. Okay. If you're not pressed for time.
No, I ain't pressed. I'm smoking.
Okay, child. You're fine. Okay, we're gonna go to Gigi. Hey, Gigi.
Hi, Diana. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing well.
What do you rate the
So
episode?
I'm not in the US, so I don't get to watch the episode the way you guys get to, but I certainly
Okay.
do see certain pieces of it on Instagram. And when you
Okay.
review it, I kind of watch it as well. So I
Okay.
would say that I rate the episode probably like an 8.
Okay.
I felt
Okay.
that it flowed
Where are you
well as well.
if you
So,
don't mind? What area are
pardon?
you coming from? What area are you coming in from?
I'm
If you
somewhere
don't
in
mind.
North America.
Okay,
Somewhere in
no
North
problem.
America. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So what are your thoughts on
yeah.
everything?
So I think for me I called in last week as well, right? And I
Mhm.
just going back to just Kiki's situation again and the ways in which Marcel just sort of switched up his opinion of her so quickly. Um
Marcel knows
I'm
how to
wondering,
play.
pardon?
Marcel knows how to play
Um,
the camera. He's seasoned enough because first season he came on, everybody hated Marcel. He was just the a-hole. When he came in, I think season 2B, I believe, Marcel changed everything. He knew what his handicap was, and he put everything on Tisha. Like he made Tisha the bad person. He let her take the fall for every damn thing. Because I think first in the second half of season 2B or 2A, he was like always trying to help Tisha. Always, Tisha, don't do da da da, and then attacking everybody else for her. And then he let her do it on her own. He didn't care anymore. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. But he became likable and people started thinking he was funny and he won people over. And he did the same thing in that scene. He tried to win people over by going against Tisha, his wife. But go ahead.
but that's interesting because for me, the thoughts that kind of ran through my head was, I wonder if he went back and thought of the many times he's probably experimented with drugs, right?
Oh,
And maybe
I'm
that,
gonna say
do you know what I
allegedly
mean?
because I
That's where
have no
my
idea about him experimenting with drugs. So we want to make sure that
that's
I
what I'm
don't get my
saying. I'm just sorry. So that's allegedly.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I it's just that those were the thoughts that were, because I think whether you're maybe a youth or, do you know what I mean? Like we all have experiences sometimes, and sometimes you're like, okay, you make a statement or a judgment of someone, but later on, if you have the spirit of God or any type of mind, your thoughts run back to that time, right, where you're like, oh, okay, I think, yeah, I've probably done that a time or two. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm not sure, that's where my thoughts went in that. And then just watching Portisha's face, of course, I always say he's in love with Mel. That's my that I think that guy's secretly in love with Mel. That's my opinion though. And so just always watching her reaction as he reacts when he talks about Mel is always funny to me. They have a really interesting relationship as a couple. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about was just Martell. And the fact that you could tell that in this scene with Nell, that maybe there was something going on between he and Melody, because it's kind of switched up, right? So it went from him defending their relationship. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, remember when it was like Marceau was coming against them, as a couple when they were married in the past and the businesses they had, right? So now he's coming to Nell's house to sort of petition for her not to basically go to this name change, right? But it's like, what would make this guy care? Like, why would he care after all these years? And it's because he feels like he owns her. Like, that's what I think. I think that there's a part of him that really feels like he was the greatest contributor to her success, right? And anybody that watches this show, whether you like Melody or not, you could tell that she's a star. Like, it's not Like you could just tell when somebody's born to be greater than they are, you could just tell there's just a certain energy that they carry. But for some strange reason, he seems to think that he was the greatest ingredients in that. And so he owns, I don't know, that's just how I feel, because I keep watching it thinking, am I going crazy, or is this individual the crazy one? Right? Because he can't let her go. Like there's something about that relationship that he holds on to. And even just in recent days, just watching everything that's coming up, it's like when you watch his face, it creeps me out sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he really thinks he's doing all this, right? And it's not for us. I truly believe he's doing it to hurt his ex-wife, right? So yeah, sorry. I think you were gonna say something and I kind of cut you off.
No, I wasn't. I was gonna
say. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's just what and you at least Melody got out of that relationship, right? And I think there's so many other women who are still, in marriages like this or relationships like this, that just don't have the opportunity to leave, right? And it's just the controlling nature and the ways in which he goes around trying to isolate her, I think, based on the information he gives people, right? So whether if it's the revenge P thing, right? It's a way that he wants to control the narrative of who she is, right? So people could hate her. And it's like, why would you want that when at the end of the day, she has you both have 4 children, right? Who are still attached to her, who still need her, right? There is just something about the entire thing that I think one of these days will be written in a book somewhere. Okay, go ahead.
This is classic narcissism. That's number 1. Number 2,
100%. Yeah.
That you brought that up. But what I'm most happy about is that when all of this was going down, if y'all remember who Melody was 2.5 seasons ago, that was what bothered her most, is that everybody believed Martell and they all were like, coming after her and making her feel bad. And it was breaking her down. And now this season, guys, this is one of the reasons why I like the season. You can tell that she's in a completely different place. She's completely healthy.
100%.
Started off 6A. She said that this is the season of vindication to watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that whatever she needed to say, she got out at that reunion and let them know, I'm going to tell you all about yourselves. This is what I think of you. This is what you guys have done to me. And this is the reason why I never wanted to tell y'all again. All the way down to my mother. I know helped you guys build whatever you think you got going on over there. So at the end of the day, she was able to get those words out. And now that she is on this show, even the scenes with Tisha, like the fact that she was having that conversation with Tisha and she had to stop herself from cackling, that was brilliant. I loved it. If you're watching her and you are a fan of her, I hope that you can see her growth and that she has literally gotten over the humps of wanting these people. Because even if she said she didn't, at some point it hurts you that you thought you were friends with these people and they literally, turned on you. So at the end of it, to know that she's like, this is where I am and I don't care what y'all think anymore. I can come into this space, do my job, go home, make my money, and whatever else is happening to y'all is happening to y'all. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. I love that. I love it. I do.
I think I see it and I love it as well, because I do think that for anybody to have been able to survive what she's been able to survive, and I think only certain people will understand that, right? Like I don't think everybody will understand that, but Melody has gone through a lot of bullshit, right? And excuse my language, and to still be on the show with all of them, and I don't know. I don't know how she does. I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would probably still be in a hospital somewhere taking medication. I'm
telling you, it shows that she is healed and she is over that hump. My hope is that 100%. Us as the audience can also get over the hump, because she's not there anymore. And she really is giving us great reality TV. Right now, she is giving us awesome reality TV. So anywho, I
I
appreciate you,
love it.
Gigi. I'm
Yeah.
the other
Thank you.
people.
Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. Come back. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to Miss Sarah next, then Kathy, then Ty, then LaDon. Okay. Hey, Sarah. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to Miss Sarah next, then Kathy, then Ty, then LaDon. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. Do you have me on something that's causing a feedback?
Okay, I think I turned my volume down. Is that better?
That's better. How are you?
Is that better?
That is better. How are you?
Okay, so I would like to first just say hello to everyone. Thank you for having me on the line or on the chat. I want to say, like everybody else, or the last two people, I want to give it an 8, just
Okay.
from how cohesive it is and how, we saw everyone. And yeah, basically everybody said everything that I'm saying now. So we can kind of go through the slides.
Mm-hmm.
First slide, I loved the fact that more so he's icky, but he will put Tisha in her place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love the most about the dynamics of their situation. I hate, though, when he disrespects her. I will say that. But he definitely will call her on her stuff.
Okay.
And no one else can do that but him. Not even her own mama can. So it's really, it was crazy that he called her out on the sit down meeting everyone had, and the whole situation with Mel.
Okay.
So I'm
really
sorry, I can barely hear you.
Okay. I think something's wrong with your volume. I'm sorry. Okay, do you want to
Yeah,
drop?
let me hold on, give me a second. Okay. I think you can hear me, but it's hard for me to hear you.
Okay. So I was saying
Okay,
that
I'll just read your lips. The other only scene that I guess I'll bring up, because everybody talked through everything, was the scene with Nell.
Okay.
And I wanted to bring that up because, like the last two people said, I think it's a combination of, one, yes, he's a narcissist. Two, he exactly what everybody else was saying. He feel like he just gotta hold on to her with some other way, some other how. And then what I also want to bring up is that I honestly feel like as long as Melody is out there with that last name of Holt, I think in his mind he feels like it still brings notoriety to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a financial thing now, a financial, adverse to him that she's taking that name off, because we know she's doing bigger and better things. And so now with her doing bigger and better things with Rogers and not Holt, that could take away from anything that he was trying to do as well. So I would like to bring up that not only is he a narcissist, not only is he delusional, but the fact that I feel like for him it was a slap in the face, because that can hinder anything that he wants to kind of do moving forward with her changing her name.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing I wanted to add was he literally had a meltdown. I really, in my opinion, that's why I labeled it an 8, because for me, that was literally a meltdown. That was a Martell meltdown. 100%. I mean, you can't get me out of that. I mean, it was just, it was like clearly it was almost 2-year-oldish, but it was typically a Martell meltdown. That's what a meltdown that Martell does do. That it's exactly what it was. So I think that's it. That's pretty much it. That's all I had.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate
Let
it.
me turn my volume up so I can hear you. I think that's it. That's pretty much it. That's all I have.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Turn my volume up so I can hear.
Okay, we're gonna go with Miss Kathy next. Hey, Kathy. Kathy. She might have taken a nap, child.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry, my mic. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Okay, can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, I can hear you very clearly. Good evening, Diana, Rose, and panel. I'm so glad to be on here tonight. I did watch the show. I do
Okay.
give it an 8. It was really good to me. I myself have been enjoying watching the show since it started. So
Mm-hmm.
I've had the time to watch the members on the show grow and mature. I love how Mel has grew within herself. She's always been very smart. Um, However, the Scots they totally bamboozled Martell. He's still blinded. He still don't see it. They assisted him with his cheating to slowly take him down, and mentally he he still haven't gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't even noticed it, and he doesn't realize it. They convinced him that it was okay to cheat, he can get away with it, and in the long run he lost his family, he lost his wife, his home. He was totally bamboozled. He didn't even see it coming. And Marceau, he's the mastermind. He's a master manipulator at this. And again, if you watch him and watch how he moves, he checks everything out and he hits when he think is open season to get him. Just like he's gonna slowly maneuver on Stormy and her husband. I don't think he's going to allow that to happen, but that's how he works his thing. He's a master manipulator at this, and he does it with Keisha. I'm just every time things happen, I can see how he manipulates her to think it's okay. Oh, I have to go to Africa, but it's okay. Oh, oh no, that was not my back. It's okay. She was so manipulated by it, and she didn't even see it coming. He's constantly doing that, and he has manipulated her to believe that her cousin Kiki is the problem, as he once manipulated her that Mel was the problem when he felt that Mel was taking her away and bringing her to a light of things to make her see that she can do something outside of being a housewife. He's just a master manipulator, and I each time I watch this show, I see how he moves. And
Mm-hmm.
don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Marceau at all. I'm definitely a millimeter because she's smart enough to catch him on what he does. However, some of the cast, they don't see it coming because he knows how to maneuver around it and get what he has to get. And he's sitting back laughing at Martell. I can just see him just sitting back laughing at him, calling him stupid, and he don't even see it because he has made stupid move. And what he's doing now is affecting, I mean, the kids. He may not see it. Martell, I'm speaking of, he's affecting the kids. The kids has already have to endure the fact that their family has been broken has been broken. And Martell think it's cool and it's okay to bring his kids around this lady, a young girl, who's responsible for breaking their family up. He think it's okay.
Well, you know
He,
what? Always thought it was okay. Again, I had to have to jog our memory. Melody brought that up on the show. Season 1B, I believe. She has a fight with Martell. And she said, don't think that I don't know you bring my children around that bitch. She said that on the
Mhm.
show, threw something at his head. He makes that slick ass comment about taking her to court for full custody. I'm gonna get full custody of the kids if you keep talking like that. Remember? It
Yes,
was bad. But like I remembered watching with my mouth open, like, what? What? I mean, I was screaming in the house.
absolutely.
In the house. But that was 5 years ago. Okay. So
Yes.
nothing's changed. Melody is aware of it. She made a comment online, couple of maybe 3-4 weeks ago, when she was like, my kids like fruit with their breakfast. Like, she knows these things. It's something that we get shocked about, but they're living in a different space. Even though I'm sure she don't like that girl, but she's first. And I want us to get to the other side of this too.
Right, absolutely. And Martell right now in his situation is gotten to the point where, like I said, the Scots are sitting back laughing, and I can't blame him for it because Martell did it to himself. I
Sure did.
mean, right now he was staying in the Fletcher, renting one of the houses that he had, and Mr. Fletcher was trying to get him out of it. He said, "When you gonna move?" So now he's to the point where he's homeless. So the only place he has to go is Ariane. She's too stupid to realize that Martell is using her because he has no other place to go. I mean,
Listen, again, I'm telling y'all, if y'all would just sit back and enjoy the show, whew, everybody should be in a space right now where we've all seen this type of thing go down. We know what happens next. So just watch. It's a good show. This is
it
the
is.
best show on TV and on social media. It's
It
phenomenal.
is. It is, and I'm loving every minute of it. I watch your show, Diana. You do a great job at letting us know what's going on. I don't normally get a chance to watch it because I'm always moving. I'm going by my mom and so on and so forth. So by the time I come home, I turn on YouTube. I look for you, and I'm
Okay.
like, I know she's got a good show going on. Let me go ahead on and see what's going on and what happened.
I'm gonna be more consistent, but yeah, I also am gonna start reviewing. Listen, I told you I was gonna review Kiki. What is it called? Kiki's World. Woo. Um, I've been
Yes.
watching that show. I have watched it. It's just that it's hard for me to talk about because she really is in the full throes of postpartum. And I was told by someone that she has always kind of been a little more on the edge of things. So it's really hard to discuss it in a way that's entertaining. It just
Mhm.
feels too heavy. That's the word I'm.
Wow.
It feels too heavy. The first episode I absolutely love. I'm going to have to combine some episodes though in order to make it feel less heavy. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Great. Thank
Uh,
thank you
yes.
so much. That's
Okay.
all I got to say. I'm not gonna stay on.
I hope you come back.
I will. Will
Everyone
do.
comes up. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Now we have LaDawn and Ty. I had you on here for a minute. Ty, do you want to close out? I don't know which one of you would like to close out. You can go next, LaDawn, if you'd like. Welcome to the panel. I know you said you didn't have an opportunity last time, so I'm happy you found some time tonight.
Well, Diana, you're a little lucky tonight because I ain't feeling too good, so I'm whipped up. I can't fight with you tonight. So I'm gonna give your show a
Look,
8.
now look, I
I'm
have
giving it an 8 because of you, so you better
ready.
take it.
I'll take an 8. Thank you for the 8.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I do disagree with everybody liking Marceau just because he be looking like because he says certain things or whatever.
Everybody.
I
Don't say
don't.
it is
When they first,
everybody.
hold on. You know when they first pitched the show, it was supposed to be Melody and Marceau were the team. Remember, everybody used to talk about it. They would have these conversations, and Melody and Marceau were supposed to set it off. They were the two and
Right.
everybody was supposed to kind of follow their lead.
Right. Yeah, I get that. But my thing with Marceau is he's turned it too dark with his
Okay.
disrespect,
Okay.
in the way he belittles women. It's beyond just the you crazy boy, you say any old thing out your mouth.
Okay.
No. I think that's what he's gotten away with. And
Okay.
I think the people that follow him, that like him, are like him.
Oh.
And The way he did his wife tonight is the reason why she has low self-esteem, in my opinion. Because even if he felt like, because which he was right about what he said about Mel and how she, what's the name? But he wasn't supposed to say that on camera, knowing how he already pinned them
Yes,
against
he
each
was.
other.
Yes, he was. He was supposed to expose it.
Listen, the way he's like Wanda, he pins her against people. In 1 minute, she's better than somebody. In the next, she's not
Keeps her in a
secure
state
enough.
of confusion. He keeps her in a state of
Yes,
confusion.
he does. Yes, he
Yeah.
does.
That she doesn't know it's coming because it was the way he said it, and she was like trying to drive him, like, Marcel, don't do this to me. And then finally she was like, okay. And then he
Right,
said, don't try to win the argument by
right,
actually going to take accountability because you
right,
still aren't taking accountability. I was
right.
like, damn,
Because we
no,
already knew it. Because when we seen it, we knew what she was doing right then and there at the moment. So
yes,
him saying it is
yes.
not like, oh, you're teaching us. It's just like, look how you throw your wife under the bus like that. Like you're just a dirty dog. Like you're a dirty dog. But we already knew your wife was hating on Mel when she said that.
When I
But
told you guys, when he was at the bar, when he was at that cigar bar, and he says to Tisha, so now you're playing the role of the jealous wife when they were talking about Mel,
mhm,
and she lost her damn mind. I said to y'all,
mhm,
Marceau was wrong as hell for putting that on
mhm,
film. And
yeah.
people were like, Diana, he was right. He was supposed to expose her.
Mhm.
I
That's
was like,
just
Well,
like him. Well, if
I'm
they want
sorry.
to say that, then that's just like Stormy calling him a B, right? In her face. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, he act like it, but she wasn't supposed to say it, right? Well, it's the same thing to me. But especially coming from your husband, though. I know my husband would, even if he felt like that, that would have been something we whispered about on the side. He came at me like, girl, you know you look stupid saying that and da 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 da. But he wouldn't have put me out there. But it's just a prime example of what he does, how he likes to to focus off himself and throw everybody else under the bus. And if the only ones around to do it is his wife, there she go, flung over the railing without no safety net.
I
You
don't want
know, he is dog eat dog, and it just shows. So so I can, I don't really care about that too much, but I'll judge it. But I
okay,
did, but the scene with um
Marcel.
Kiki and Stormy, I
Mhm.
like.
Okay.
I like because it was light, but shade, but not degrading
I like
shade.
Stormy in this scene. I like
Yep.
Stormy in this scene. She was really good at supporting, and it didn't feel like she was the previous scenes. Sometimes Stormy felt like she's taken over the scene. She let the scene be Kiki's, and she did the right thing, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I like how she handled herself. And even when Kiki brought up the Tiffany stuff, I like that she was like, this isn't something I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to let this be, and I'll handle her when I see her. I like that.
Hmm. And I like the way Kiki was coming back, saying what she was saying. She's standing strong, talking with sense, and she's strong enough to deal with them. I see that. I feel that. And Tisha and them are just looking like Beverly Hillbillies,
Hmm.
and that's what it is. They're the peasants on the show to me, in
Hmm.
my opinion. They're the peasants on the show. And let me get to that hotel. I'm not dignifying his name or Coleslaw's name with what's on their birth certificate. They are Hotel and Coleslaw. I will continue to talk about them because they're a case study. We have a
Okay.
younger generation coming up that need to see people like this so they know how the red flags and what to watch out for so they don't lay up in bed with people like that.
I
So
said
they
that.
are case studies. So
I
we
said
need to
that on
talk
my
about them.
Facebook group. I said at the end
Mhm.
of the day, there has to be a cautionary tale for the next generation.
We
Otherwise,
need to talk about it.
yeah, you need to talk about how a man lost $1 billion. It's like, what's his name? MC Hammer. Listen, you have to talk about the story. Like to
Yes.
be on top, to have that
Yes.
much money.
We got to teach our young girls if a man wants you, you don't have to wait 10, 15 years after the next chickadees.
Okay.
Okay, we need to let these young girls know. Look at how she look, you know. So, but for his, but to me is when people seen him quiet. Some people thought maybe he's working on himself. He's leaving Mel alone, or he's scared. One of the two, right?
Mm.
But wait a minute. But as soon as he opens his mouth, when he made that statement, I ain't taking this. I didn't do nothing wrong. Ain't nothing I got to apologize for. She was cheating just as much as me. When he said those words, I said, this MFer really didn't learn nothing. Like, what is going all this? What is it? Cling,
Mhm.
cling. That's what's gonna make him realize. Cling, because he just don't get it. He lost everything and he still don't get it.
Nope.
And for him, and you know, for Nell to say, no, I didn't ask her. I'm fine. I'm fine with her saying, no, I didn't ask her, but I wish she would have followed up. No, I didn't ask her because I know it's bull crap. I don't have to ask her for her to deny it. If you got proof, just put it out there.
Yeah, I wish she would have said, Martell, for as long as you and I have been sitting here and counseling each other, and me and Fletch were counseling you, you never mentioned this. So
Never.
no, I wish she
Yeah.
would have said that.
Yeah, you know, but you know, he's it ain't even about his friends picking sides. It's about him pushing them away, and them seeing him for the real person he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's real pitiful, and he makes me sick. And I can't wait until he start dealing with the things that he has done to people. Everybody has to suffer the consequences. I did. I did my time. I got out and I changed my life, but I had to do my time.
Everybody has to do their time. It's the only way.
Yes.
It's the only way.
Yes.
Okay.
You
You
know.
from it, but you got a lot. You're gonna have a lot of hiding to do. You don't have to hope you don't see a whole bunch of people. You don't have another 20 aliases, and
Hmm.
it's a
So
lot.
what I am happy for though is that the show is not, well, it kind of is, but they don't have no choice but to balance it out because they tried to make it like everybody against Kiki. Like, because you know they like that bullying stuff. But it didn't work because not everybody don't dislike Kiki at the same time. So they
Mm,
thought you got Tiffany with her obsessive self. She's just obsessed with Tiffany because it don't make no sense why you coming for this girl. You
mm,
know, the at the magnitude that you are, you're the one that look like you're grasping for straws, and you're going after the wrong person. You're giving a person that you feel like is nothing and have nothing to lose. You're sure giving her a lot of power in your life because all you talk about is kiki kiki kiki. It's like disgusted for this woman to be doing that. So, anyways, so I feel like, but she got the right one. Kiki can handle her. Okay, Kiki's gonna chew her up and spit her out. She's gonna go crying in a corner.
I would like for Kiki to speak normally, what's comfortable for her. Because when she was sitting at the table talking to Stormy and they was just having a sister girl conversation, it came out, she was just perfect. When she's trying to be, cute in how she explains or talks, it doesn't come out right. So I hope she have more moments where she's comfortable with just saying what's on her chest and not trying to
Hmm.
cute it up. Don't cute it up.
Hmm.
Just be cool. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Tika.
So that's how I feel so far.
Okay.
But I did, like I said, I enjoyed that it's not like based on just on one person, one person, one person. They're spreading it out a little bit so it's not as
Mhm.
heavy. And Tisha is just she just really she's immature. She's a runner and she can't face the facts, but she can dish it out. She
Mhm.
can she can't take it, but she can dish it out. And
And
every
there's
time she runs off on the hard conversations, it just shows the guilt in her that she don't want to admit the reality of what it is.
mhm. Listen, we're gonna see what happens next. I'm loving it. Tisha's in the hot seat, whether she likes it or not, in a way we have not seen it before. Okay. Previously, when the Martell cheating stuff was up, that scene that they gave us in season 4 where her mama comes to her and says, Tisha, that's Marceau's back. And she was like, how can you tell? Like, what? You either say, I know my husband's back after 16 years since you was the one feeling it, or you say that's not his back. But when she said, how can you tell? I was like, oh my God, you're already messing up. Now we have her in a space, whether she likes it or not, they're having this backstory. I cannot wait to see what happens. I really can't. I'm really trying to avoid any type of spoilers to get us to the reunion, but I need to see how she plays this. I really do. I want to see it. I mean, we know that she's still with Marceau right now, so
But
clearly
still, we want to see how she looks.
we want to see how she looks when she's doing
Yeah.
it. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I agree. All right. I appreciate you, LaDon, as I always do. Make sure you come back. We're going to
I
do
will. Good night, y'all.
good night, y'all. We're going to do Real Housewives of Potomac and what's the other one? Married to Medicine. We're doing that live. We're doing those reviews live too. Okay. All right, guys. Miss Ty, you are closing us out, child. What do you have to say?
Glad. First of all, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, to all the mods, the panels, the viewers, hi everybody. I want to say the Black Cash App card comment in your group was funny AF. Okay, if you missed that, you should go back and see it.
What did it say?
It referenced a Black Cash App card.
Black
It was,
Cash App.
Yes,
Okay,
it was on
I have to
video.
go look at it. Who wrote it?
Oh, don't
Do you
read
know?
a line. No, I don't remember.
Okay.
It was on the video when somebody was in the store. Okay.
Okay, got it. Got it. I'll go look.
You know,
Okay, go ahead.
okay. You know how in real life you get mad at your friends and you know because they be doing something, you get mad and then you be the next week and then you be okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was this week for Mel. Okay, so then you put it in perspective about her moving the scenes along. This is what I like. Right?
Yes. She's moving those scenes along for sure. Yes.
So I'm gonna rate it as a 7. And the points got taken off mainly because of that claustrophobic closet Tisha and Martell was in. Is that where Tisha do her makeup at? Right.
Listen,
there with the camera? What is going on there?
It appeared to be the same bedroom that we've seen them film in before, but they at the end they gave us a house that didn't look like the house we know them to have filmed in before.
What is
It was
going on?
different house. So
They
that was
were in
weird.
Lamborghinis and stuff, and y'all got this small. My grandson, he got 2 sets of mixed twin beds in his room. That's too small. Remind me of the black lounge they got. Claustrophobic. Okay. When Kiki said everybody in the state know who her son is, that was another addition of to why Tisha have a problem with Kiki. You see how she brings her kids into that hair care? They don't even really know what's going on. They just following directions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, I want to say this too. Those other girls wish they could go barefaced, no hair added, and still be beautiful and youthful like Miss Vanessa and Mel, huh? Why did they go to that gym fully made up? Lashes, makeup, what they was coming to do? They thought they was gonna eat or something at the gym?
Girl, I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious because you want to stand out in the scene. And I was like, oh shit, look how they played themselves yet again in the scene. I mean, even Kimmy, I would not have expected her to have like, I thought she would at least pin her hair up, but she came completely glammed. And it was funny as hell when Miss, what's her name, Miss Deborah?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Deborah handed her that shirt. I was like, Kimmy don't want that shirt. Remember what, look, and check out this, y'all. Y'all see Miss Deborah is posting her exercise classes. There's only 2 people in the scene.
Yeah, but who is that? Is that Kimmy?
That's Kimmy and Mel. They're helping her advertise her classes. So she said that she's on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and she was showing that she's a trainer, but she only had
Wait a minute. So Tisha showed up to take a picture. That's what happened.
I guess maybe she asked them to advertise for her. I don't know, but Tisha
But
came.
Tisha's not in that picture, right?
No.
She left.
She came like she was trying to take a picture.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, go ahead, honey. Sorry.
Mel's hair was so beautiful in that confessional. That black hair, that style.
Yeah,
I
with the
thought
flip.
yes, I thought that was absolutely gorgeous. Here comes the copycat in 3, 2, 1. Be ready. Okay.
Right,
I want to
right.
also say, didn't Mel um, receive her bachelor's in her last name, Roger?
I think she's received it as Cherie. You're referring to her bachelor's degree.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. She wasn't married when she graduated from college.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
so she did accomplish that one thing we know for sure in Rogers. So I don't know what he was talking about, but all that stuff he was saying about. I want to say this. I want to double down on what the first two panelists said, and also LaDon. It's been 3 years. We have not seen any proof of Melody's cheating, right? No pictures, no audio, no videos, no none of that. So when he said that, he had proof. I said, I know
You
you
know
lying.
what?
You about
You
to,
know what they have on camera? Let
huh?
me stop you 1 second. You know what they have on audio that they actually played on the show that Martell said out of his own mouth?
Hmm.
When he said, when Melody had went to the job site, it was him and Fred, and she was like, "Why did you show up? I was on a date, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Of course I'm going to show up. I never seen you out with anybody before."
Oh
Remember
well,
that?
yeah, I remember that video when they was in a restaurant. I remember that video, but this was
Mhm.
not the same of cheating because they were separated at the time he took that video.
No, but I'm saying he acting like he knows all about Melody cheating when he
Oh,
already admitted he's never seen her cheating.
Right, Diana.
so then I also agree with you when you said about Danelle in his conversation about why you ain't asked her about her cheating, and I'm sorry, and Nell was like, I didn't know. How y'all a counseling group and she
Oh,
never heard that before, right?
right,
It's your
right,
first time here? Okay, so then that's further confirmation that you lying. Okay?
right.
You just trying to run with this narrative. That is so crazy to me. It's over. Let me tell you something. I don't care how he play on that internet with them other folks. You can never be this passionate about somebody you divorced 3 years ago, acting like you just all fine and good. You too passionate.
Facts.
You were so passionate. You left your two raggedy ass bottles on Nell's step, and Nell left them damn bottles right outside. I was like, good. Don't bring that shit in now.
She took her shoes and threw them to the side. I was like, "You ain't gonna get those wine bottles?" She was like, "Them damn bottles ain't got nothing in it." Those are
On that.
prop.
And
Exactly.
this, my boy, is why Mel do not F with you in public because you don't know how to act. Somebody said, you give a little bit to somebody and they take a lot. That's why. Nah, Kimmy, you know how I feel about Kimmy, the slithering snake, sapping, sucking, slowly answering. Let me tell you something. She got up in there and act like she ain't know. She was looking like a damn head, like she's trying to come up with something to say.
When Melody
Trying
was sitting there, there must be
yeah,
something wrong with her. She went, "Yeah, she don't want to talk about it. That's what's wrong with her." Yes, I saw it. I was like, "Look at these two right now." I'm
and
telling you, that was TV gold. I loved it.
let me say this: why I was upset with Mel last week. Remember, I told you she was doing too much. Remember, you don't make me mute you. You're gonna threaten me with a mute. Okay, now listen.
Yeah.
Because she was being too god doggone nice. You seen how Kimmy damn near took her arm off in that damn Jeep last week?
She didn't listen. Y'all, everybody is playing about that. You saw Kimmy's eyes open up because she didn't know how to help. Kimmy didn't know what she was doing when she was driving. They just
Kimmy
couldn't
know
stop it.
exactly what she doing. Let me tell you something. I don't care what kind of car you got. It got you don't need no instructions to read, reverse, and drive, and park, and brake. Even if you got a knob, it still have the initials on there. Don't give
Listen,
Kimmy no grace.
I'm not. Did you see her face when she went backward?
Let me
She
tell
like
you
the
something.
camera crew behind them.
She played it off so it wouldn't look so suspicious. I don't trust her. Trust her.
Okay, go ahead. I'm about to cry. So
Okay.
just
Okay. So let me say something.
Mm-hmm.
I told you also, I say to you also, Nell is on the bench right now, right? So this thing with Martell, I think
Yeah.
she handled it very well, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I agree with one of the callers, I don't appreciate Martell hollering like a goddamn banshee towards Nell. You in your feelings because Nell is not, which as you say, choosing your side. It's not
Uh-huh.
about choosing no side. It's not about choosing no side. This is a function. This is her friend.
Okay.
So just because y'all divorced, you want her to stop being friends with her?
Mm-hmm.
He's very immature. I ain't no doctor to be calling him narcissists, but I know his characteristics is immature. I mean, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Also, this is my last thing. I think I want to say this
Okay.
too. Um, no, that was it. I had wrote some notes because I was trying to get it all out.
Okay. All right.
I think.
Well, listen, y'all said plenty, okay? Yeah, okay. So listen, if we get nothing else out of this season, the second half of the season, recognize that Melody is in a different place, like different. She is showing up and she's talking and she's showing out and she's saying what the hell she wants to say. She's really the bone carrier in this season, if y'all are paying attention. She's going and she's giving everybody the bits, like, bitch, I know this is what's going on with you. You may not want to talk about it. Like, even when Tisha gets up and walks off and she goes, well, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you're doing okay. I was like, she ain't okay. But the fact that you said it is hilarious.
But I was gonna get you. I'm sorry, Diana. That was the last thing. Was that supposed to be a boss exit that Tisha was making?
Don't even matter. We all know she was leaving because the girl did not want to have the conversation.
She's a runner.
About Kiki.
Yep.
Conversation Kiki had was, bitch, you told me to get this information for you. I got
That's
it.
right.
You refused to talk to me about it. And now you are sitting across this table ignoring me. That's what Melody wanted her to say. Like, Tisha, it feels funny. Are you sure nothing happened? I'm done. That was a great scene. Y'all hate Tisha.
Right.
But
No. I agree with you. I completely agree.
that was a great scene. Yes.
However, we didn't get what we wanted, even though we already know what it is.
Right.
We want her to say it out her mouth. You know,
listen, at the
they
end
do
of the
it all wrong.
we're
If
not
they
going
will be honest, they will win.
that was episode 6 that we just watched. I think it was episode 6. So I think we have 15 episodes. We still got some to go, right? But that was still a great scene. That was a great scene. The fact that she ran out of there as fast as she could barely get her shoes on. She stumped out of there. Melody was laughing. Whether Kimmy wants to act like she wasn't or not, she cracked a smile. She was like, ooh. Now she tried to act like I'm batting for Tisha at the end of it, but she was laughing. And she even said, there's way more to this shit than we're talking about. Melody was like, but Melody already knew the story. Even Melody sitting there just like, well, I don't know, Tisha. Just feels like there was something else. Are you sure? Trying to get Kimmy to engage her. Are you sure? Kimmy didn't say anything. Melody is the bone.
Kimmy would have jumped in.
Melody is a bone carrier. They know Melody knows. After Tisha had that crazy Galentine's event where she came after Mel with a, why'd you have a baby with him if you knew blah blah blah? Okay. This is the stuff that this is what this is all about. When you're able to sit in your stuff and act like you got the perfect man, 16 years, all of a sudden you didn't even fast forward a whole damn year yet, and your shit is on fire all over again. This is great. Y'all are missing it. I want y'all to
enjoy Anna, all right. We got it. We know you love the show.
I told you I was not fighting with Diana tonight.
Same thing. All right, I got it.
You're missing the gold that is happening on television. It is gold. I'm telling you, you got to pay attention. Listen, anyway, I'm happy that y'all are still watching anyway and coming over and listening to me be too excited about this shit. But it's funny to me. I like it. I like it. Okay. I do, Sunshine. It's funny. I think they have a more cohesive season. It is funny to me. And I'm interested in seeing how they're going to wrap it up, because so far, literally every episode I've been in it. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to Melody and Nell's conversation, where she gonna get Martell together real quick. Okay, even though he's not there, she about to tear his ass up on the show. And then we'll get to see how he plays it. I want to see why he got this ring on his finger. I want to hear what his explanation for it is. I want to see it all. I do. Okay.
And we gonna be watching. Just tell it.
I'm sorry. I am a little passionate. But anyway, y'all stay tuned for my sister review, okay? Me and Clone is going to drop a video for y'all. So make sure you watch that. That's going to be our official take on the episode. But you guys are always great. Huh?
All right. Good night.
I can't wait to see who's gonna be her champ.
Okay. Yes, I can't wait to see. But you are great. Everybody who showed up on the panel today, I appreciate everybody's opinion. I appreciate all of the stories that you shared. They are real. I hope, again, I'm just going to say it. Melody just feels like she is in a different place. She looks like she's in a different place on the show. I would like for her fans to move with her so that y'all can experience what she's experienced in the season, because I feel like she's having a great season so far. And what else? For sure at Diana, I was blacked out until part B. It's good. Okay. A lot of y'all gave it high scores, so I hope that you are able to enjoy it. You know, they're talking. I said that we hadn't seen a whole lot from everybody else, but Marceau dropped a video earlier today pretending like he was taking a damn lie detector test, which he did not. He didn't take a lie detector test at all. But either way, you know, let's just see what happens next, and you know, we'll figure it out. Anyway, that's pretty much it, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. You guys are great. Always, always, always coming over, listening to all of us talk to the wee hours of the morning. Y'all know that I think time goes backward. I think around 2 or 1 o'clock, we're going to get an extra hours of sleep. So anyway, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell. Thank you to all of my mods. I forget to say that. Thank you to all of my mods. You guys are great too. And I will check you all on the next one. Bye-bye.